Hey yo, this is another video. Okay, this video is gonna be about. I hope you can hear me just fine. Um, but yeah, this video is gonna be about Celo Green. Yeah, Celo Green. Um, well, I'll make this video uh, because I was doing some thinking and some listening at the same time. Like if you have some music in previous time and you go back to it later on again, like maybe years before, and you decide to that's the point of holding on to certain music or certain movies. As you grow or as you learn throughout your time in this existence, this third dimensional plane, or this so-called planet, you grow. Well, you should be growing, or learning. So as you do grow, you start to see things that you didn't realize that was preeminent or always around you. These things were always around you. It's just that it took me, or it took the person when they made that realization to actually grow into something for that movie or music to make sense. So I have the Goodie Mob Soulful album. I have the Gnarls Barkley, um, the two albums Gnarls Barkley came out with. Um, Great classic albums. Um, but I was listening to the Odd Couple just recently, like right before I made this video, and I was speaking to someone previously about music, and in Celo, I feel like we don't before something happens to any of these artists, we never be like, maybe we just live in the moment. We don't never give those artists any. We don't give them their props, give them their roses or their just due, because they're actually doing work that's we just see the physical and what's going on, and like the videos they come out with, if they do decide to come out with videos, or we hear the music at that time. And so, oh, I like that, so, oh, I like this and like that. But when you able to go back, when it's not like microwave music here, how everything is nowadays, like people, they'll stream an album, or they'll just listen to it a few times and they get bored or tired of it. But always that the Odd Couple album, that was the second one the Gnarls Barkley came out with, and when they came out with it, of course, the one with Crazy on it, everybody, I heard about it before, like years ago, a long time ago, and somebody put me on to it. I was like, man, this is really dope. And but the thing is, I don't know, for some reason I gravitated towards the second one. I got that one first before the first one. Saint Elsewhere is the name of it. Saint Elsewhere. But when I know the Odd Couple, it really, I don't know, at that time it really struck at me at that time. But like now I listen to it again, it makes so much more sense when you, like, the songs you listen to on that album. It like I said, it'll resonate, or it becomes more familiar with whatever you're going through with like certain music. So that album, to me, it really hits the heart, or it hits home. So I like, even with Nipsey, he was on Nipsey Hussle's first real complete studio album. How they say it's an album, it's an album, but everything is a project you come out with. I remember Styles P said that. He said, just because it's not brought out by a label and you say it's an album, but everything is a project. Everything is a project. It's just that whatever actual record label decides to push out, people call it an album. But everything is a project. So, but that project was very profound. The music. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Like I came out with something that was whack, trying to fix it and get them back on track. So that rhymed. But anyway, but yeah. So as you see, Gnarls, Barkley, Saint Elsewhere. That's the one with Crazy on it, and Gnarls, Barkley, The Odd Couple. As you see, Danger Mouse and Celo Green together on the cover in a pixelated formula, like in a 2D formulated flat surface. So, I mean, as you see it's like if you see Mario Brothers, do 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 do. It's like it looks the same way. It's 2D flat, but the album itself it projects out you not just in 3D, but it goes even higher and higher dimensions to me. Like if something like that can withstand the test of time, like I'm not gonna pause the video. I'm gonna go right into it, so it ain't no, I just want to show you. You see the year this came out, actually. So that's the thing about when you get albums, you can always look up to certain people. 2008 when this album came out. So this is what 2021. That's 13 years now. So when the album can stand the test of time, and you can come back to it. So that's 13 years ago, and it's still the music, the sounds, Celo's voice. It was like they said, the odd couple, and it was a good marriage of music and poetry of writing, and also singing too. Also, he didn't rap at all on that album really, but it depends on how you look at rapping. Poetry is rapping. Back in the 60s, 70s, oh yeah, I'm a rap to him, man. I'm a rap to her. Rap to a woman is the same thing. You got your whole your style or stilo or whatever. So I just wanted to say, like, also big ups to Danger Mouse. I'm just trying to. It's mainly gonna be about Celo Green, but Danger Mouse, he did some stuff with MF Doom, but also on that album with MF Doom, the album off of Cartoon Network's Adult Swim, MF Doom, Rise and Power to MF Doom, the album with MF Doom and Danger Mouse. Actually, Celo Green's on actually one of those songs, actually, and he's singing on the chorus, or what people call the hook, and it was just astounding. So so I was, what I'm saying. So again, shout out to MF Doom. Of course, he actually lived in Georgia for a while too, also. So it's like, I don't do just the whole lower frame or lower dimension. I try to what I do is I usually try to make everything correlate or make sense to a higher plateau, or a higher way, or a better way, another way of seeing things. So if he went, MF Doom moved to Georgia or Atlanta or Atlantis is in a higher plane. If you ever driven from Georgia to other states, you'll actually feel your car going down an actual hill. So the air is thinner, more likely not as high as Colorado. Hang on, some vehicles passing by. I want you better hear everything I'm saying. So yeah, think about it. If MF Doom, he left where he was known to be living at in New York, and he that's another higher state. Also, New York is actually, they say, on the East Coast. That's a higher, because it's the time zone, but the time zone in Georgia is on the Eastern time zone too. I got an idea for another video, but I'm gonna probably make that. But yeah, I'm making this about Celo. So we don't give our artists their just due while they're living, and doing these things, and doing these spectacular things, or the music, or the artistry they're coming out with. And so I just want to give it up even the group he's in, I wouldn't say was, because he's still in the group of Goodie Mob. They might have had their differences at one point in time, but I mean, when I see them now, it's still great to see them together. But I don't want to say too much about that, because I want those guys to do what they do, because I have people, certain entities listening, and but I just want to say big up to Celo Green, because I know remember the time I remember seeing the video. He was in the studio and he got electrocuted inside the studio. He was at the panel, and something happened. And so as you can see, when you do certain things, they'll try to take you up out of here. But if you have certain energies around you, and you have to keep, if you're doing a certain work to keep you around, you're gonna be able to still be able to do that. So that's why I say I keep my videos at a higher dimension. So if you're able to, highly melanated people, so-called black people, so-called African American people, get into some magic. They say voodoo or vodun is bad, but it's not. It's all our magic. It's a it's black magic. Yeah, it's black people's magic, or the highly melanated people's magic. So this is the magic we had to put into a physical form. When they say they use blood or put sacrifice certain animals, because we're in a physical state. So they had to use things in correlation with their mind. So now magic, everything, the time is going backwards. So if time is going backwards, the physical really isn't that important. You actually be able to use your mind to do certain things and make certain things happen. And when you're able to make these things happen, that's manifestation. Manifestation. I have a video previous and prior. If you look into my archives of my video on YouTube, you'll see I have a video on Festat, or manifestation. Festat is the old name. It's called Old Cairo. That's the old name for Cairo, because Festat also means Set, or Set Typhon. And it was ruled through Typhonian, which is the great mother or the dragon. So as when you look at mythology, you'll see the great dragon in a lot of places. So I've dealt with other videos dealing with that. So about the dragon. So, and when you hear him, Celo Green, singing, that's energy that's raised from the lower chakra up. They say Lucifer is the light bringer, right? So Lucifer is the only one really around us. So like Bobby Hemmitt said, God is an absentee landlord. Actually don't want people to rise, so you can keep coming back here. You keep coming back here. Like if you see the Clash of the Titans, remember Zeus needed people to pray to him, and he'd create calamities for people to pray. He said, "Oh, I need this and need that, and make this situation happen for him." But yet it's really all you. But God doesn't want you to know that. So if God doesn't want you to know that, He doesn't want you to raise yourself up. That's why they say in the Bible that God is a jealous God. But what other God would He be jealous of? Of you. Because in the same book of the Bible, they say the face of God is the God pineal. And the pineal I'm talking about is the pineal gland. So all this music that Celo Green has been able to accomplish and come out with, that's his energy. He's pushing that energy from his lower self up. When you hear him hitting those notes and singing or rapping, whatever he's doing, remember he's actually, if you listen to Soul Food, he was rapping and singing at the same time. They didn't really have to have anybody come in and sing on their tracks, because they had a singer that can rap too, also as a part of the group. So you have skills and talents that you have to dig into your lower self. And, you find these things earlier on in life, and you just start to expand on them. So, and Celo's been able to do that. He has other albums. I I don't really have all of his album. I'm gonna be honest and be dead ass and be straight up with you. I don't have all of his albums, but in time, things happen how they happen. So I just wanted to say big up to Celo because he pushes the envelope, and he's not afraid, because most artists are afraid because they can't come out with certain things. And he's very precise with his writing too. Not just his rapping skills, writing. I mean his singing. Like, of course, when you're singing, you don't have to write as many words because the power that your voice is pushing out is just as much as you singing words or saying as many words. So when you hear him hitting those certain frequencies or certain octaves, that can take the place of those many words. The feeling he gives you, like the last song on. Let me look it up right now. I can't remember the actual name of it. Oh yeah, here it is right here. This is off on the fly. I don't do the editing thing. I do the pause and record thing. Maybe pause and record. Yeah, a little better. You can ever check that song out. I mean, check out the whole album, but check out a little better. It gives you. He said the soul. He said his soul. But it's no controlling me. Through all the pain that's inside of me, it made him the better version or the best of himself. So like, if you listen to it very clearly, like it should be not just a song by itself, but you can apply it to yourself too also. So like they say, I remember Prince. CeeLo Green. He had a story. He was like, when Prince heard him sing the song "Crazy," he said that scared me. Prince said that in his, I don't know if he said it back to him, but in an interview on the Be High ATL interview, we got to give people their props. Be High on YouTube, you can check it out. He was saying how in his mind he was like, "Shit, you made a whole bunch of songs that scared me." Like not scared him as in like, oh, I can't listen to this because this is something that's frightening me. No, not like that. I mean, more scare of more of that song is would scare them, as in to push them to do something even more. So that's what art is supposed to do, to push you to do things that's unavailable, that's not out there in the public, or nobody's coming out with. So when he said that, I knew exactly what he was saying, because that's what people are supposed to be doing. This is like a consortium of like entertainment's not really supposed to be entertainment, but a spiritual thing too also. That what really music is supposed to be doing. But they're actually, here I go again, they're actually slowing people down with everything. So they keep the frequency low. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna shoot this and sell this drug or whatever, and do all this in these rap songs or whatever. And there's no real. It's always low. The beat is always just low and some hi-hats and nothing really behind it, of course. So, and that just keeps the frequency low. But being able to put that together, and when you're able to put that together, and you may have people see things a lot different, you can make them feel a little better. So and it's also the number 13. That's the last song on the album. 13 songs. 13. If you look at the Book of the Law by Aleister Crowley, when he was overtaken by one of our highly melanated ancestors, Awas, or Heru in another form, or Horus. He used his body, or his physical, to come out with that book, or a lot of the things Aleister Crowley came out with. So, and also in that book, you're gonna. Actually, I just saw a sign that just showed me I was just doing something I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah. So I'm gonna keep it going. I'm not gonna lose focus. So when you're doing that, you're actually making the overall of people, when they actually be able to pull that thing in, like the music in, or that frequency, or those sounds in, it should be able to click on to your mind to actually help you out, or have you see things a little bit different. So like if you see like certain movies, or you say that's a strange movie, or that's a strange music video, those are things to actually have you see things a little different. When you're seeing things different, your outcome or outlook on things will be a little different. So if your outlook on things are a bit different, you're going to be able to change the things around you, because whatever's on the inside of you can push those things out. So when I made that example, so just to say again, big up and giving him his flowers and his roses, as in I appreciate you, Celo Green, for the music that you put out, solo and with your groups, because Gnarls Barkley is a group, but also with the Goodie Mob. Oh, hold on. So as you can see, I have the Goodie Mob album, and so like for their first album, that was an extremely conscious album. So that was like around 95 when that album came out, 1995, and that was like for their first album, that was, man, that was absolutely powerful, so just look at the it's called Soul Food. I don't have all their albums. I will, as time permits, I'm not making any excuses, but just things how it happens. Everything happens for a reason. So even also you can see Celo's hands also is in a pyramid. So when people pray, people don't realize, they say amen or amen. They actually almost every religion says amen or amen, or however they say it or whatever. They're saying amen to the sun, but the sun, remember I told you, like in previous times in the video, I'm gonna go ahead and say it again now. The sun is actually God. Remember I told you early in this video, God doesn't love you. God wants to keep you from raising yourself up, and that comes with studying these books. We can't just look at one book. Like Bobby Hemmitt would say, he say, he who knows one book knows none. So you have to put a lot of different books together, and they'll come together how they're supposed to come together for you. You got to be on your search and your journey. Your life is a journey. I know we got to survive, but remember, your soul is important, because if your soul ain't important, if you're a highly melanated person, so-called black person, so-called African-American person, you're going to have to come back here if you don't get it right here. Get it right while you're here now. So why would you want to come if you feel like, oh man, I got to go through this and go through work again? Why would you want to have to come back and deal with this again? Get it right now. Get it right now. So remember, if you look at all these religions, or these if the Bible, the book is called Helios Biblios in Greek. That means the sun book, right? So if you look at Islam, they I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 6 times a day they pray to the patterns at a certain time when the sun is revolving. So they're praying or giving reverence to something that's above them. So when you look at all these pictures of all these religious entities, they usually have the sun above them, saying, hey, the sun is above you. But that's God again, that's wanting to keep you down, not for you to raise yourself up. So we have to do the hard work and the due diligence of raising ourselves up and learning these information. Because remember, we came out with this information at a long time ago. Now we're just remembering again. So as you can see, time is speeding up. If time is speeding up, that's a good thing. That means time don't exist. And how do you measure time? By our ancestors they built the sundial. The sundial measured time. So if you're measuring time that way, that means time don't exist. If the sun wasn't around, that means darkness is everywhere. So darkness, or the abyss, is everywhere. In Nordic mythology, in like Germany and Switzerland, they say the abyss is the waters, but the waters is like in there's no such thing as blood. There's actually just blood cells in the water, so you don't see the blood or the red blood until it hits, when you get a cut and it opens, your skin is open, and when your skin is open, that's when the illusion, or the illusion is the sun, or the light from the sun makes that blood, you see that now. So it becomes red. So you have to look at it when you get that cut. You be like, you look down, then the red comes open. But wouldn't red just start flowing immediately if blood was really real like that? So the illusion, God had you have. So they say give blood, give blood. No, I'm gonna give you a secret, a tip. If you lose a lot of blood, say, hey, I just want a whole bunch of water. Give me water. I don't want anybody else's blood, because you're taking on somebody else's energy. You're taking on somebody else's energy. So when the Red Cross asks for your blood, you actually are giving your energy away. Or when they give you that blood, it's not really helping you, because they can actually control that blood by doing certain rituals on that blood to actually give to you, and you can be controlled by that. So you have to be very mindful. So you like, this video is supposed to be about Celo. Yes, it is, but that's how things happen. When the spirit moves like that, everything, every bug, every animal, everything in the world has a spirit, but everything doesn't have a soul. So when you have a soul, you got to come back. So that, like, if you listen to the Soulful album, if you listen very closely, Celo says, he said, hold on, let me find that track. It's not a long track, but he's talking. And the funny thing is, the name of the song is called Celo. So I don't got too much time. I'm just gonna make it make sense. So Celo, he was actually talking. So the people, he said, I feel like God made these people, or white people. He said in that song, or that when he was talking crackers, he was saying how I feel like God made these people so we can bring out the best in us. Yes. And I have a video showing how people were created. We created these people in Atlantis. And remember, I said how Aleister Crowley, the only book, if you look up that video, it's called Aleister Crowley's only book that's not in syndication. And I was able to get that book by completing something, and my ancestors rewarded me by making that book available. And the book is called Atlantis. So you can find it. He's saying how people were created, or you can find the movie Dr. Moreau, the Island of Dr. Moreau, and also the person that made that book. It was originally a book, was a student of Rudolf Steiner, and Rudolf Steiner was under the tutelage or the teaching or learning of Madame Blavatsky. And where was she at? And out in Chernobyl, out there in that area. But remember, that was a racial cleansing out there. But everything happened for a reason, because we had to lose a lot of our people in order to bring on the best. So like he said, that we have to go through this with all these people to bring out the best. So that's what you're gonna start to see. The cream of the crop is gonna start to rise up. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot of people. God gonna, like the blood that's being, when you go to hospitals and they use your blood, they can actually use your blood against you, and God is using your blood to walk in through you. So when he's walking in through you, he's actually getting in the way of those people that's actually doing the soul work, or the work that really needs to be done to make these certain things happen. So that's why I say be very mindful of the blood you give or whatever. So but with Celo, I remember in the group, I'm in the album right now, I'm showing you Goodie Mob right here, right? But I remember I remember Timo from out of the group Goodie Mob. As you can see, this is let's see, Timo right here, Timo Goodie. Timo Goodie, he was saying how a lot of people probably haven't seen this picture, but of Tupac Shakur. Tupac actually wanted to be in the group Goodie Mob, and he actually played the song. He actually played the first people to actually hear the song "Hit 'Em Up" was by Tupac Shakur. Was the Goodie Mob. They were the first people to actually hear "Hit 'Em Up," and they looked like, because remember, like, but damn, I'm gonna get to it. But yeah. So this is, if you ever see, it came out on Koch. But Koch, come to find out when you do your study, Koch actually means power in Hebrew. Okay, so Koch or Ashe means power, but Ashe means power, and Koch means power. So we have two different words that means the same thing in two different areas, because Ashe is in, like, if I'm not mistaken, West Africa, in Kemetic, but in Hebrew, which is what, Ethiopia, I mean, you can find crosses in Egypt or Kemet. So Egypt is Kemet. Kemet means the land of the blackface. So I'm grateful for Soul Food because they put so much information. Been a southern rap group, like Pimp C would say, rise and power to Pimp C. This is country rap tunes, man. Shout out to Pimp C, man. But yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna put some things together and make you see something that I see. But but Tupac wanted to be in the group Goodie Mob. So this, people don't even seen it. Like, this is an album that came out on Koch, and his first, people don't know, or they do know if you're a young person. This actual album, he had a song on here called Panther Power, because he was his mother was in the Panthers, his stepfather, but he called him his father, Matulu Shakur. I don't really have too much time on here, so he had Panther Power. So everything grows or goes in a right time frame. As you can see, he met who? Rising Power to Shock G. If I can get it to where you can see it right. And so everything went from there. But I'm making this video about Celo, and it was a lot longer video than I thought. That's how the spirit moved. But yeah. So I just wanted to say big up to Celo Green, and everything happens how it happens. And when it happens, be ready. Don't, my aunt, 3131, that's balance, my aunt, or change or chaos. So we got to bring on our change. You got to change yourself inside to bring the outside change you want around you. All right? Peace. Nigga.